Students, we have just finished a chapter on the age of industrialization. Now we begin with the third chapter, the post industrial age. Post industrial means after industrialization. The Industrial Revolution brought about a big change in many spheres of life. It brought about a change in the economic sphere. Economic sphere means the business sphere, the sphere in which money is involved. A change was also brought about in the political sphere and in the social sphere of life. Social sphere means the way of living of the people. Way of living means the people no longer continued with the old agricultural style of living where they cultivated crops and earned their living. Now the whole way of living had changed. There were different transformations that took place due to the Industrial Revolution. A transformation means a change. There were a lot of changes, that means there were a lot of transformations that took place due to the Industrial Revolution. The first very important change that took place during this Industrial Revolution was the change from an agricultural society to the factory system. The factory system led to urbanization. Urbanization means the setting up of new cities. New cities came up during this time because people migrated from the villages to new places in search of jobs because the industries were mostly set up in the cities. Since the people migrated from the villages to the cities in search of jobs, there was overcrowding in the cities. Overcrowding means there were too many people in the cities. The cities were packed with people. So, people, when they came to the cities, they had to live in very small houses with no proper washrooms, in very unhygienic conditions. Unhygienic means in very dirty conditions. The two important cities that came up in England during this time were Manchester and Leeds. The factories in these cities employed both the skilled as well as the unskilled laborers. Skilled laborers were those who knew a particular job very well. For example, spinning. There were some who used to do the spinning in the villages, so they knew how to spin and weave cloth. That is why these kind of laborers were known as skilled laborers, whereas there were others who worked as laborers in the farms. These people never knew the skilled jobs, so they were employed as unskilled laborers. The unskilled laborers were paid low wages. Wages means low salaries. The cities were a perennial source of employment. Perennial means a continuous source of employment for the landless laborers. The laborers became landless because the landlords had taken away their lands. Since many people came to work in the cities, many factories were set up. This led to a new system in England known as the capitalist system. The capitalist was a very rich person, or these capitalists were very rich people who were the owners of the factory. During this time, there were two classes of people that came up. One was the capitalist and the other was the labor class. Capitalists were the ones